never know where comedy can sneak up on you from. It's the
jumps out from the bushes and
the panther of hilarity.
The jaguar.
Oh man!
Did you see Jackoffware?
I did not, Todd.
I did not. I mean, maybe somebody could get confused with it.
I don't know. Can everybody see on the thing?
Oh yeah, I forget that thing's even on.
I know.
Yeah, man.
I think we're low. Okay.
Yeah, I do have a face for radio, so I imagine that.
I think we all have faces for radio.
I was just gonna say that.
At least that's what Mom used to say. Oh,
jeez. There it is.
There it is.
I think we should have Mike actually play live one of these days.
Play this song live?
Play anything live.
Oh, geez, all right.
Yeah, I mean,
I'll bring a guitar next week. Yeah, I can just bring guitar next week.
Yeah.
Just jam for the first 30 seconds of the show.
All right.
What's up, everybody?
Jeez, hello.
Welcome back to another exciting episode of Our Town Podcast.
Extraordinaire.
Gentlemen, this is episode 41.
Oh, wow.
Coming to you from the historic Renton Civic Theater in beautiful, beautiful, sunny today downtown
You
Renton.
know what that means, don't you? Next week we need to bring our towels.
Oh, for number 42?
Oh.
Yeah, geez. Some intergalactic travel, maybe?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, we're in projection booth tonight. The
Once again.
stage is still set for Pippin.
Yeah, I noticed they have the orchestra pit open.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, and they've been having some issues. They had to cancel a couple of shows this past weekend, right? COVID or something?
I don't know if it was COVID brand sickness, but there's something went around.
Something going around.
Yeah,
okay. All right.
I mean, there's still plenty of good old-fashioned bugs out there.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Did you ever call up an old girlfriend and just say, I really think you should get tested?
No, oh my God.
For COVID.
That's a
Send
Daniel
us,
Tosh
who's the guy's process server? Said, like a combination between a singing telegram, a process server, and the news that they should get tested.
Only if he's wearing a gorilla suit with the head off.
I think it should be like a stripogram and have them pulling stuff off and have it be the papers.
Nice.
No, I mean, that'd be all right. Like Post-it notes.
You're being served. Dun, dun, dun.
And the
You
last
better
one-
show up. But
the last one is the
I send a
papers.
bounty hunter.
Go get a full array of tests. Holy shit. Well, speaking of tests, tonight's safe word is crispy frost.
Crispy frost.
Because that reminds me of fall, crispy apples and frosty windshield. But we're having like a little mini heat wave. It's like 70 degrees outside or something.
Oh, geez, I don't know. 60 something.
Yeah.
It was really nice.
It was a really nice day today.
Yeah, it's 67 degrees right now.
Yeah, I mean, that's wacky.
Yeah.
We did have a little bit of rain, so that was nice, but we're still way behind for the month and the year.
Yeah.
So
no taking showers, only twice a week.
Yeah, geez, well, I'm ahead of the curve on that now.
Nice.
So.
All right. Do you guys want to jump into some headlines?
I think we should tell people that it's your birthday first.
Yeah,
my
right on.
goodness.
Well done, Todd.
Just another day.
But due to time warps, remember, it's no longer your
It's
birthday.
not my birthday.
It is.
Or-
It is. You're having the Schrodinger's cat of birthdays.
But as this is being
So I'm sorry, and I'm not.
as this is being posted on Friday, his birthday was on Wednesday.
Yeah, no, I appreciate everybody. Birthdays, it's never
Leave
been
a
a big,
comment below if you want to wish him a happy birthday.
Yes.
big thing to me, but I appreciate the sentiment. I know it's big for some people, but thank you, Todd. Thank you, Mike. I appreciate it, guys. Thanks for everybody on my social media feeds for chiming in as well.
Yeah. Thanks to Facebook for reminding me that it was your birthday because I had no idea until I saw that.
Like the only positive of Facebook sometimes,
Right? I mean, everything else
No,
about
I do like
Facebook
that.
seems to be so negative and just,
Yeah, guys remembering anniversaries and stuff like that.
But I mean, they have these things, and you can put them on the wall, and they've got like squares.
Yeah, but
with
you gotta
numbers
write
in them.
on
it's
them
like
and stuff.
Yeah,
I still
Mike,
do
that requires you to remember to look at it.
Yeah, and year after year, etc. No, there's a lot of work.
Yeah. I had a strange
Technology's better.
birthday wish today from a very long ago ex-wife that
that's
chimed
nice.
in. Haven't heard from her in since I think the last time I saw her, talk to her, was at Mom's funeral, like 2009.
Wow.
So just out of the blue, what is that? 14 years.
Yeah,
There's
geez.
the one. Yeah, 14 years ago.
Jeez.
So man, if you're watching, thank you.
Yeah.
Good to know you're doing all right and still alive. You should probably go get tested.
I'm
kidding. I
Call
kid.
back.
Kid.
And I mean, any need to respond, or is
I
it
did.
one
I
shot?
just said a thank you.
Yeah.
That was it.
Yeah.
I said something to the effect that I now believe it should be, instead of happy birthday, congratulations on making it thus far.
Yeah.
I usually tell people congratulations on another successful trip around the sun.
Yeah, that's a good one too,
Yeah.
for sure.
Successful.
Single-handedly.
Sorry,
Did you guys know that our sun, which spins around the Milky Way, its year is fucking huge. So,
I
the
think
sun
we're in
is
our
like
last
20
one.
years or something, right?
Yeah, I think our sun is in its last Milky Way revolution.
Before it
into stops.
Yeah.
Give or, I mean,
Yeah.
theoretical.
I mean, within
that's
a few
This is the science we have
millennia,
today,
right?
But, yeah. Because, it's another 3.5 billion years or something.
Yeah. Did you see that, they brought that not a satellite, they brought that probe back with the asteroid pieces?
I haven't seen the results from that, but yeah.
My understanding is they're having a hard time opening it or something because it brought back like too much material. So there's something weird. I sort of skimmed the article really quick today, but I think it's fascinating. I'm curious to see what.
It was the first time that had ever been done, right?
Yeah. Gone up into space.
Smash it into something and then be able to bounce that material back. Yeah. That's pretty cool. Yeah.
Pretty cool.
That's what I do when I hit cars.
Pull off.
I'm just
license
here for a
plates.
sample, man.
Just need a little of your paint. Nice.
Did you guys see that David Spade has a new game show on Fox?
No.
I did. I saw like a
David
banner
Spade's
for
on
it.
Fox?
Yeah.
That's interesting.
It's like
Not Fox News, Fox Network or whatever.
Channel 13 here in Seattle, Fox, the network,
Gotcha.
not the news channel, which is mostly entertainment for people. But anyways, it's kind of like what is that show where people are trying to sell their inventions? What's the name of that show?
Shark Tank.
Shark Tank. So it's like Shark Tank, but there's two people that come up each time, and one of them or both of them is either real or fake.
Right.
You don't know which one is real. They're both ridiculous.
It's called snake oil, right?
Snake oil, yeah.
Like a snake oil salesman.
Sure.
That's kind of
And
fun.
you wager the money. They give you a bunch of money at the beginning of the game, and you wager money on it. And if you win, you keep your money or double it or whatever. And if you get it wrong, you lose money.
How's David Spade in that role?
He's David Spade, but he's doing it as a game show host. But he's, I don't know. It's.
Have they already aired some?
They aired the first episode last week, and I watched it. And tonight's the next episode. So if you
so it's a weekly.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
If you haven't watched it, it's on tonight. I think at 10 p.m. tonight. So
But for you people watching it, Wait till next time.
it was last Wednesday.
Was it good, Todd?
You know what? I was amused by it. It wasn't like, oh my god, this is the most amusing thing ever, but it was really funny because they had the things that were real. Like, oh my god, I totally thought that was fake. There's no way I would have believed that was real.
I like Cake or Not.
That was a good show too.
Yeah. Same kind of thing. Where it's just like, is that a thing? Or is that, I'm going to bite it anyway.
And Mikey Dave, Mikey Day has a lot of fun with that knife when he's like going to cut into it. Is it cake? You know.
Yeah,
And
I don't know that I've ever been a big Spade fan. I mean, I can't
he's
think
the
of,
king of zing sometimes,
Yeah.
but and that's where I do like him, where he's just like the Hollywood Minute or whatever was really good for him because he just
Yeah.
gets to cap on people they can't rebut or beat him
Yeah.
up or something, right?
Yeah.
It's like
And he's always played kind of a smarmy kind of
Yeah.
character in most
Yeah, yeah,
characters he's done. But yeah, the movies I've seen him in, I think they're funny. But
sure, can
As
he
a co-
carry
as
can
a
he
co-
carry a movie? I don't know.
I don't know. He
the Dickie.
Dickie Roberts was
Roberts,
Was,
the-
it was funny. It was.
and
it was-
and what's the Joe Dirt movies? Those are great.
I
yeah,
did
those
enjoy the
great.
Joe Dirt movie.
Okay, the first one was
Okay.
great.
Oh,
The
yeah.
second one,
There's more
not so
than
much.
one?
There's a second one. Yeah,
Oh.
it was
Which I haven't seen. Yeah, the first one's
Okay.
got Fred Ward, God rest his
Yes.
soul. Oh yeah,
His
it's
dad,
great.
right? Yeah, selling his clown
Yeah.
figurines.
Oh
no.
man,
The second one wasn't wasn't as good.
sure.
The sandwich
Oh,
got
yeah.
stuck. But don't
I
worry
like-
about
I
the
take
second
that
one.
back.
It was
You can't
on.
carry a movie.
It went straight to Crackle.
Okay,
That's
Sure.
I should tell you.
I think it was a Crackle production.
It was a Crackle exclusive.
Yeah.
Yeah. And Joe Dirt had what's his face as the bad guy?
Yeah.
Kid Rock.
Kid Rock.
Oh,
Yeah.
sure, as the foil or
Yeah.
whatever. Yeah. Which was a fine role for that guy,
Sure.
right? I mean,
he
that's
wasn't
his
really
whole-
acting in that movie. He was
Just kind of
No,
himself.
and he's
It
like
was-
a rich kid from the suburbs. and
Yeah.
He's
shit,
a rich
but-
kid from
yeah.
the suburbs of
that's fine.
Minnesota, right?
Yeah, but that's-
or, no, Detroit.
Detroit.
And that's why we, as a people
Michigan is
and
what I
as
was
a
thinking of.
species, need to be able to discern what is acting and what is real
Yeah, he
life,
was
man.
just-
It's a character, and
he
that's
was-
fine.
Yeah.
But he should be honest about being a character, and we have to be honest with ourselves that he is being a character.
Yeah.
Would you expect Larry the Cable Guy to come out and tell you his real name and stop acting like a
No.
stupid
Well,
hillbilly?
he's also going by Larry the Cable Guy.
Right.
That's kind of his stage name.
Yeah.
That's an obvious stage name,
Yeah,
right?
yeah. Well, and his name was like Chris.
And
so-
Ziggy Stardust was an obvious stage
Well, I mean,
name.
Sure.
And it's
but
like-
we also know that that's
But is Donald Trump acting?
no, I don't think
You
he
know what
is.
I mean? It's like,
I don't think
you know
he's
what I mean?
capable of acting.
I don't-
Well, a lot
I
of
do.
it's all
I do.
performance
I think it's a
art, right?
persona, right? And we see it all the time, and certainly
Why
not
would you-
just
why
on the
would
right
you-
wing, but performative.
Why would you perform being that stupid and that ignorant?
Well, I know you perform the manipulative parts.
Yeah.
Oh, I get
Right,
what
right,
you
right.
mean.
Oh,
He
yeah,
was
yeah.
performing to being that
Yeah.
dumb. God, that's a that.
Well, and I don't know. Wiley's. It doesn't. I don't know.
You think that maybe that's why people are like all into him because they think he's being honest, but he's playing a
Well, he had that popular TV persona, right? And
You're
for
fired.
Uh-huh.
years he's cultivated this art of the deal thing, right? And people have bought into that bullshit for
Because he's more of a personality than I
Right.
think a business
than a businessman,
Right.
but he's got the money.
Yeah.
But he's also one of those guys that started with $3 million in the bank from dad.
Right.
You know, claimed he hit a home run, but started on third base,
Sure,
right?
sure.
Or halfway down the.
And
down
I don't want to devote any more of our
No.
program to him than we absolutely positively have to. And that was just one example.
He got
I just
three.
spent
He got $3 million from his dad. All I got was trauma.
yeah. I don't know. He's taken way too much of America's time.
Sure.
Right.
Well,
And it's
speaking
not-
of Trump.
Yeah.
He
Is he the first
That's
headline?
the headline.
Oh, well, there you
he's
go.
legitimately going to have his own
I'll
talk
drink to
show
that.
or game show when he's in prison. I think.
Hopefully in
Oh,
Russia.
yeah, something. Yeah, but Trump's been at trial for his fraud case against his company. So he's been sitting in with his lawyers. They're in the third day. Now, the judge has already done a summary judgment against part of the case.
Yeah.
They're still litigating some other parts and the punitive damages for the...
Which could be $250 million.
could be $250 million plus... They're already talking about shutting down all of his companies.
I think
right?
that already happened.
That's already done. Yeah, right. I think they're looking for.
It's huge. It's
yeah.
It's huge.
But
As
Trump,
a civil thing, right?
Yeah.
And that's why it's not.
this is not a criminal thing.
Yeah. So when he was
Yeah.
griping the other day about how there's no victim, there's no victim. It's like that's why it's a civil trial,
Right.
right? That's why it's not a crime.
Right.
It's not
You
like
still committed
20 years.
You
yeah.
still committed a crime.
Yeah.
But he was railing against the fact that the judge didn't allow him to have a jury trial. Have you seen this?
No.
And it turns out that his lawyers his high-paid legal team,
Sure.
didn't file the paperwork to say we want a jury trial, which is part of every case. You can demand in this country a jury
sure,
trial,
yeah.
right? And apparently they didn't check a box to say, hey, we would like a jury trial instead of a bench one. So Trump was railing against it, and the judge is like,
Talk to your people.
your
dude.
team never requested it.
Yeah, talk to your
We
people.
would have talked about that. But did you also see on
But
the,
he hasn't. Now he can't be at another because he's also indicted
also,
elsewhere, and he
with
can't be
Cohen's
there. So
trial.
that put that off.
Yeah,
right.
that's
so
the whole reason
That's
he
why
showed
he's
up.
showing up to this, right?
to avoid and delay the other one?
And I don't know what would actually happen because he has a gag order on him now because he threatened one of the workers of the court, right?
Yeah,
And
the
so,
court clerk.
Yeah, so now there's a gag order on him. I'm
Yeah.
curious as to what will actually happen.
I don't know.
when.
I'd
he
like to
breaks
see
that
him
gag
held in
order.
contempt.
Yeah, we'll see what that means, though, right?
Yeah.
It's like,
But in true Trump fashion, he ordered a huge McDonald's order for lunch to be sent to the courthouse. A delivery driver brought big bags of McDonald's into the courthouse for Trump's team.
And I bet you he didn't tip.
Well, I don't know. I'm guessing not, but I don't know. Trump is just the biggest caricature of.
yeah, it's unreal.
Yeah.
It's unreal.
It's crazy. Well, speaking of,
And I hope I live long enough for us as a people to look back on this.
and say with
And- yeah.
horror what did happen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's going to be let back on
Or,
it.
yeah, I mean, right, because it just seems like in many industries and many old systems are the dead giants who just haven't fallen yet.
Yeah.
Right?
I think it's going to be a combination of looking back on how dumb this whole thing was and how scary it was.
Oh, yeah. Because that kind of demagogue, or whatever you want to call him, that kind of like false populist, has been around for ever.
Yeah.
Right? Because it's a way for somebody who really just wants to gain the power but doesn't want to do the work.
Yeah,
Right?
that's exactly
It
what
is, and it's
Yeah.
such a shortcut and a short-sighted answer, air quotes, to problems, right? Oh man, but humans fall for it often.
Yeah.
Right. So hopefully we're moving out of that as a species, and I really do believe we are.
Yeah. Well, let's
So,
hope so.
yeah, we'll see.
Hey, real quick.
Yeah.
What does everybody think of the new sign?
Oh yeah, huh?
Look at the sign that Charles got.
I know,
Man,
what a
that's
guy.
Cool.
Yeah. Someday,
And for
Charles,
those
this
of you
will all
that
be
are
yours.
watching the video, go to our YouTube or Spotify and check out the video because this sign is really fucking cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Does it look like Todd has a halo, like he's an angel Todd?
I am. Yeah. No, that's more of a fart haze. You know.
Nice. I don't
that
know if
what
I've
that is?
experienced a fart haze. I'm kind
You've
of.
never had a fart so powerful that it turns your hair bright orange
No.
and permanently stains your footlocker orange.
Oh my God, that's awesome.
Yeah.
And actually, that is probably the one
I
thing
have had, moments.
I asked. I did one. I did one of those Facebook. Hey, what is the thing you can say positive about me? My friend Kay. She goes, man, you're the only person I know that can give everyone in the room an orange afro when you fart.
That's a positive.
I took it as a positive.
Okay, all right.
I took it as a
I would take it as a
I
positive.
took it as a positive because it always makes me laugh when those kinds of things happen. So if you remember a bodily function like that from like 30 years ago,
Yeah. Oh man.
that says something about your the way your
like,
body works. You know.
Paul Rubens and
Yeah, I'm the spleen.
the spleen.
Mystery Man, the spleen. That's great.
Nice.
Rest in peace, Paul Rubens.
Oh, jeez. Back to government. I know.
Oh yeah,
this is the headline.
I'm not really a sports dude, right? But I subscribe to thousands of pages of news magazines and newspapers and stupid shit because that is my sport.
Yeah,
right.
dude.
That whole how humans try to get policy enacted, right?
Yeah.
But man, the it's not a great crop.
It's not. No. We've fallen down somewhere along the way. But Dianne Feinstein, longtime
she
Democrat
recently
senator,
passed, right?
just passed away.
Yeah.
They haven't had the funeral even as yet. So
I think she's lying in state in San Francisco.
In San Francisco. Okay.
And
Long time first.
But her new appointee to be junior I guess I don't know, but the
Yeah.
appointee to fill up the rest
Right.
has been appointed and
Yeah.
signed in. That's sworn in. Yeah.
Oh, they've been sworn in.
Yeah, I think yesterday, yeah.
First African American senator from California, and also first LGBTQ plus senator.
Like period.
I think so.
Yeah,
I'm pretty
could be.
sure.
Huh. Jeez.
But yeah, so
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know her either. She's not a elected official, but she's been in Democrat politics in California for a very long time. The only thing that bugged me about the appointment was that apparently they were living in Maryland or Maine or
yeah,
something.
one of the two.
And I think had a California address, but
Yeah.
were registered in
That's
Maine
pretty
or whatever.
common, though.
So
It's
I'm
pretty
like,
common. I don't like it though, because
Yeah.
it's less of a vested interest. But this is also for it just until next year.
yes, yeah.
So,
maybe this gets
It's a
some
few
name
months.
recognition
Yeah.
out.
And I don't think this person is going to necessarily get a leg up. I don't think this will be helpful if they want to run for the position. Right. So
don't
I think there's
so,
just a
no.
stopgap.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not sure of that.
Right.
I don't. Good luck.
Yeah.
I hope they can get something out of it.
And
right?
get something accomplished.
So, yeah.
Maybe. And also, the government shutdown was averted, but it cost Kevin McCarthy,
Yeah.
the Speaker of the
Yeah.
House, ship.
Yeah.
Right.
And I wonder on his way out, could he have thrown, if there are any of those, the fascist 6 or whatever, the fascist 8 pieces of shit who don't want to do their jobs, or do they have committees? I bet they're on committees.
They have to.
Could he
I don't
thrown
know
them
that
off
they
of their committees
run
on the way out?
committees. That would be
Right?
nice. I don't think
I
he
don't
would
know.
have, but man,
I don't know. And Kevin McCarthy's a piece of shit.
No, I'm not a big
Oh, just
fan
a
either,
slimy
but
fucking.
yeah.
I don't trust
Yeah.
that guy.
No.
Right? And so and hopefully this will teach all the middle of the roaders who are, that you can't trust those guys.
Yeah.
They will turn on you at any point, man.
Right.
It's like, and they just bully that guy into fucking, let him have the job in the first place.
Right.
It's like, no, they're awful people. Awful people.
Yeah. So we'll see. There's a McHenry from Texas, I think, is the interim Speaker of the House.
Sure.
But his first order of business was kicking Nancy Pelosi out of her offices and sending her to a different office building at the Capitol. So-
Yeah, because they're just petty. They got
Yeah,
nothing.
it's
They
stupid.
because they've been so busy just griping and bitching
Yeah.
and moaning. They haven't been planning anything except cut.
It's just one of those look
So-
what we did moments,
Yeah.
right? Just the little evil grin.
So dumb.
No, it's so dumb.
It's so
Yeah.
dumb. For really good jobs. If you're going to be petty, go work at the fucking 31 Flavors.
Right.
Right, and don't rent shit or be petty. Don't mop the fucking floor when you're closing. Right? Do some petty dog shit. Right? And some just dumb shit. But you're in the United States Senate.
Right.
Don't be petty.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
It's too big of a job to
Yeah.
be just shallow and
Right.
dumb. Right. So.
That's nice. We're not picking on 31 flavors. In fact, if you guys want to come
Yeah.
up with an Our Town podcast
Oh, yeah,
flavor,
for sure.
we'd be.
Oh,
what
yeah.
would our Town podcast
Oh, man.
flavor from 31 Scoops be?
Rocky Road with something.
Really, Rocky
Oh,
Road?
no, you're
I'm
not.
not a nut guy.
No, I would. For me, it would have to have something with mint in it.
Ooh,
mint,
like
mint
chocolate
and
chip mint.
Yeah.
chip. Just
That's my jam.
honestly, I think my favorite go-to with Ben and Jerry's is fish food.
I don't know that one.
It's chocolate.
It's the PHIS.
Yeah, it's the band
Of
fish.
course it is.
It's chocolate. And
Man, there's not
fudge.
enough drugs to get me to a fish concert.
I don't even know what their music sounds like, but I like this ice cream. It's chocolate
much
with,
Grateful
with
Dead.
fudge little fish crack like the gold
goldfish crackers?
They're like that, but they're made of fudge.
Oh,
Man, I don't
and there's
know.
like marshmallow in there.
All
and
right.
okay.
I think if they added some mint on top of that, that would be even
Jeez, man, you're
perfect.
Okay, so let me review
Tempted
here.
my
So
tummy
it's a
over
chocolate
here.
ice cream with fudge chunks with a little bit of mint, and for Mike, we got to throw in the little marshmallows.
I don't gotta have marshmallows, but I'll take them.
Well, you were like the Rocky Road.
Yeah,
Well, I was gonna say, if you like Rocky Road, you're gonna love fish food because it's
Jeez,
that
all right.
chocolate and marshmallow.
yeah, I'm down.
And with-
My favorite ice
and
cream
there's-
is the one right in front of me.
But the thing is, the difference is there's no walnuts in it.
Ah,
There's no walnuts, but the crunchy bits are not even really crunchy. They're just pieces of fudge.
fucking A.
When I make ice cream, my favorite to make is root beer. That's my favorite ice cream.
Root beer ice cream?
Extrapolate, please.
Yeah. It's just a root beer extract flavoring.
Oh, right on.
It's like vanilla, but then you have the root beer flavor.
Sarsaparilla?
Yeah, kind of.
Sarsaparilla? Sarsaparilla? Are you? Yeah,
Oh,
you're
we
on.
died.
No, you're on.
What happened?
Oh,
Sure.
maybe my headphones.
Oh, no.
No, you're on. I
I
can hear you both.
Oh, yeah, no, I can hear your vocals anyway.
Oh, there we go.
Oh, it was
Maybe
a solar flare.
maybe you need a new pair of headphones.
Coronal mass ejection.
What is up, guys, with Kevin James memes this week?
I don't know.
Any explanation?
I don't really. I
don't know.
mean, there's only one person I know that there's actually two people I can think of that do Kevin James kind of material. One is Kevin Smith, because every time he makes mention of anything he's ever done, people think he's Kevin James, which is hilarious in itself.
Are you
Oh, you're
Paul
Kings
Blart?
from Queen? You're King of Queen?
And then there's this other. He's a voiceover guy who does a lot of funny videos on YouTube and stuff. His name is Brock, and he he was his answer for a lot of things for a long time was Paul Blart. And he was doing these memes of Paul Blart as such and such, or Paul Blart this and that and the other, and he would who would you? Another thing he would do is like Batman is Marvel, which is in itself kind of stupid, but I get it's him being funny. Even though I'm very much a DC guy, and Batman is definitely not Marvel, but yeah, it's a funny thing. I don't know what the memes are about. I haven't seen.
Yeah,
it, but
Oh, you haven't
Seen it.
seen him? It's
No.
a picture from when he was on King of Queens, and he's standing in, I think, the kitchen, and he's just got this smirk on his face, kind of a head-cocked smirk, and people are creating memes around
That's
that picture.
awesome. Right on.
Yeah.
Right on.
And there's funny stuff, like they'll give him a goth haircut, and they'll do something different, but it was like the thing for a minute this week. I think it's sort of petering out now, but I didn't see very many of them. I saw more news articles talking about it than actual memes on social
Sure.
media.
Maybe his
But I don't-
publicist. His publicist is like,
Yep, that's the one. Yeah. Yep, the Kevin Jean
oh, cute.
meme is out of
That
control.
guy's doing fine, right?
Yeah,
Seems like.
sure he is.
Yeah.
honestly, the only time I've seen him come up on my feed is whenever his wife on that King of Queens, what's her name?
Oh, the
Scientology.
Scientology.
She left. the
Leah
church.
Remini.
Leah Remini, that's her name. Yeah, she quit the church, and then they came after her. But
Yeah.
Yeah, I was on a job, and they were watching daytime game shows, and she has a game show now.
Oh,
does she
Yeah,
really?
Remini,
Oh, what
yeah.
is she doing?
I don't know. She had
How
a
to
game
spot
show.
the Scientologist?
I don't know. It was, I mean, that must be a decent job.
Yeah.
You see, I mean, people, who are still working actors will do that as a side job,
Yeah,
or
hell
maybe
yeah.
that's their main. I don't know. I bet it's a
We
good
will
job.
host a game show, networks,
Yeah.
if you are interested.
Yeah,
I actually
let
came
me
up
know
with
more.
another business idea on my way here.
Oh, geez,
I'm
this guy.
TMing this,
Yes.
so don't steal my
I am.
idea.
TM.
But I'm thinking, how people have dogs and they want to get a different dog, another dog, not throw the old one away, but get a different dog. But you're not sure what kind of dog you want to get and what will go matching with your current dog. I want to rent dog costumes that you actually put on dogs,
Nice.
so you can kind of test out.
Nice.
You can take your
Like bringing
Labrador
a paint sample
Retriever.
home.
That's exactly it. And you can put a German Shepherd costume on your Labrador Retriever,
Yeah.
kind of test it out, see how it
Sure,
works
sure.
with your furniture.
Oh, man.
Does it work with your bed sheet? Your covers, and your duvet, and all that stuff.
Is it all matching?
put a Doberman Pinscher costume on a Chihuahua and just call it
Yes.
a min pin.
Yeah.
Yeah, min pin. Yeah,
Min pin.
exactly. We will have different sizes for different dogs and all that stuff.
I think that's
And
great.
so if you like the idea and you want to invest, I am taking
Yes, as much capital as possible.
venture capitalist
Yeah.
at this
Oh, yeah.
point. So send your
Love
cash
it.
on in.
So
It's a tax write-off.
I looked up on knowyourmeme.com. Kevin James posting refers to a social media trend of posting reaction images of actor Kevin James, which achieved virtually virility, on social media in September 2023, started by a caption series based on the image of Kevin James smirking. The meme trend gained virtually Virility, virtually whatever the word is, virality.
Virility, but
Okay.
I don't think that means
Similar-
What they think it means.
Yeah. Virility, similar to Kevin
Where's my
Hart
little
reaction
hands?
images earlier that year.
And I mean, is that part of what the strike was about for his image? Does he own that image? Is that image just
I
out
don't
into
know.
the world?
I don't think he
It's a
owns it. I
still-
think the studio
the
who
studio
created the show
world, right?
owns
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
Speaking of the strike,
But what are they going to do about that? It's like, are they going to try to shut that down?
no, they're not going to be able to shut down a
Right.
meme. Are you kidding me?
Fucking
They would
right.
have to. They would have to scrub the entire internet, and that's impossible.
Yeah.
But did you guys see that? Of course, I think the writer's strike is over, but I think
Yes.
the actor's strike is still going, right?
Yeah,
I believe
that's
that to
my
be true.
understanding.
I just saw a thing that said that that now that the writer's strike is over, all these shows are coming back except for Drew Barrymore's shows.
Oh, man.
Her writers are not coming back.
Oh man, a little
They're-
lesson taught.
They were like, "Fuck you."
So does she have to go get new writers?
I think so.
I guess so.
Probably.
Yeah,
And-
that was a dumb idea.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah, that was just weird.
And if
And like
she-
I kind of expected it from Bill Maher because he's rich enough to think he's a libertarian.
Sure.
But come on, Drew, that's silly. She's been around actors her entire life.
she should have known
Right.
better. I think
She
she was.
should have known
I think she was probably told to do it, and she was like, "Oh, you think so?"
Or
Okay.
maybe it was producers, right? It's
Probably.
Like, I don't know. Maybe she produced her own show. I really don't.
But it's like if she
Yeah,
had
I-
waited another 2 weeks.
It did. It kind of broke my heart, Drew.
Yeah.
But still, if you want to come on the program,
Yeah,
we
we'd love
won't
to
bust
have
you up
I
too bad. We really won't.
I
It'd be really
can't
nice to
promise. You know, I'll be able to talk with any kind of like cohesive.
Yeah, but there's also
Thought-
100 million other things I'd love to talk to Drew Barrymore about, right?
absolutely.
It's like
Yeah.
I could skip labor relations for one 10-minute interview or something.
I
right?
think I would probably ask her a bunch of dumb questions about E ET.
Oh, sure.
There you go.
And just her, I mean, she is like actor's royalty, right? That kid's family goes back. I mean, does she have one grandpa story?
The Barrymores, yeah.
Yeah, no,
her
it's a thing.
granddad who was
Yeah,
like a
Lionel and
Lionel Barry.
he was
I
he was
believe
a huge
Granddad
star
or
back
bigger.
in the
Yeah.
golden age of
He
Hollywood.
was Mr. Potter, right? In It's a Wonderful Life.
Oh my God, that's
Yeah.
so.
I didn't know
What
who
a
I knew he
dick.
I
Oh,
knew
it's so
her
good.
family was famous, but I couldn't tell you any of the movies they were in.
Yes, yeah, and Ethel and Lionel Barrymore. It's cool, man. Yeah. I heard she killed a guy in Singapore.
And she shot a guy in Reno just to watch him die.
Oh man.
Jeez. Well,
I don't
speaking
remember
of
everybody's like, if only music were like it used to be. I shot a man in Reno just to watch him die. It's like, fuck.
Did you guys see the videos going around after WAP first came out, and like there was this blues track that came out in the 30s about a black woman talking about getting fucked by her boyfriend, and legitimately she's like, yeah, he slammed me like this, blah blah blah, up against the wall, blah blah blah. And they're like, wow, this is music in the 30s.
Yeah, they were fucking in the 30s too, everybody.
Yeah.
But speaking of watching somebody die in
hey.
Nevada, did you see that they finally arrested somebody in the murder of Tupac Shakur?
Oh, geez.
So,
wow.
well,
That was a very
that was-
well done segue.
That was what the right hand was doing. What was the left hand doing at that moment? That's what I want to know. What was really going on? Hey, look, we found the killer, the guy who killed Tupac. Well, meanwhile, we're over here doing some shady crap.
Well, I think that
I
the
think that's-
wheels of that type of justice move really slow,
Yeah.
and because he wrote about it in
Yeah.
a memoir in 2019. But
He
it's
also,
like,
I think,
mean,
contributed to some documentaries and stuff.
Yeah, maybe,
right?
and so he really said it out
But
loud
wait,
or whatever.
didn't he die in like the late 90s? How did he do a documentary?
Tupac died in like
No,
93.
the guy that
No, the
that
guy
killed
who
him, or
yeah.
was there. So the
he was
story,
there,
the
yeah,
story
yeah.
goes that Tupac and Suge, who were affiliated with the Bloods, saw a guy that was affiliated with the Crips that they had a beef with. Somebody had a beef with, so they ran across the hotel in Las Vegas after the Mike Tyson fight, and they started
Oh,
beating
yeah.
the shit out of this guy.
I remember
Well,
seeing
then
that.
they left to go to an after party at a nightclub, Suge and Tupac, and that kid called his uncle, who was also gang related, and that's the guy that got arrested. Is the uncle?
Yeah.
The uncle grabbed a pistol, loaded up 3 of his buddies or 4 of his buddies into a car, went hunting for him, found him. The guy that's been arrested supposedly was in the passenger front seat, handed back the pistol to somebody in the back seat, maybe his nephew.
Something like, because he was
that
the boss.
pulled the trigger.
Yeah.
So the guy that pulled the trigger is most likely deceased, probably due.
I
to
think this is the
gang
last guy
violence.
alive. From that
from
car.
that whole.
Yeah, that's the way the
shebang.
authorities.
So
said
is
it.
Tupac's mom still alive? Has she been?
She's a righteous woman. I hope
Has she been on
is. I
TV
really don't
talking
know.
about this
I
yet?
think she died a couple of years
Jeez,
ago.
bummer.
Yeah, but his sister's still around.
Okay.
Tupac's sister.
Somebody in his family's still alive. He's not like he's got kids and like an ex
Does
and
he?
all that
I don't
stuff. I
know.
think.
I don't know if he
Was he 27? Was he
25.
Oh, 25?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was going to say he's part of his 27 club, or at least younger than 20.
Yeah,
I mean, that's all
27.
He was, way too young.
Yeah.
And I'm a big fan of his music, most of his songs. But
I like his. I wouldn't call myself a fan, but I do enjoy his music.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't turn it off if it's on. So I mean.
Yeah,
Yeah, he was
and,
a
and
huge
Biggie too.
impact.
I'm a big fan of
Yeah.
Biggie's music as well, and
Yeah.
I know that they were friends for a long time until they started that whole East Coast West Coast bullshit.
I honestly believe that was manufactured to sell records.
Sure, yeah,
sell records.
I don't disagree with that.
And yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, so hopefully Tupac,
Yeah, the family.
some justice, I guess, some coming to
Yeah.
justice.
Well, I don't know if the family is going to get any kind of.
I don't know.
I mean, they're
It's
going to
better
get.
than
They're,
nothing,
they're,
right?
they're going to
Like,
at least they know they found the guy. I mean, that's about all they're really getting out of this. I think. I don't think there's going to. I don't see the family going after anybody else
if he gets
involved.
convicted, they can get punitive stuff from him too, right? If he's got anything, yeah,
Assuming they have money, yeah.
yeah, beats me. He sounds like a pretty rough human being, so
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah. Anyway.
But the goal of us having a society, one of the many goals, besides letting old people grow old and young people grow up safe, is to have some type of justice, right? And humans have been hit and miss with that, right? But it's an honorable goal, you know?
Yeah.
So that's something we should strive for. Whether or not this measures up to that, I really have no idea. So I'm not up on that whole case. Murder's bad. I'm pretty sure of that.
You guys continue. I apparently have to run out to the front real quick.
Oh,
But hang in there, boys.
geez, maybe he's
Okay.
going to get a pizza.
You guys can talk
I think
about
he's, think he's getting a pizza.
Paris.
Oh yeah,
Bed bugs in Paris?
bed bugs in Paris.
What's that all about? Do you know
I think
anything about
they're-
that?
Yeah, they're having an outbreak in Paris.
Oh, okay.
Really bad because it is. I mean, it's a massively. I think people are just back to traveling after COVID, right? So bed bugs. They're awful.
Let's do a search here.
No, it's a bummer. No, especially I think they've got the Olympics coming up.
Yeah,
And it is one of the
next
great
year, I
tourist
think, yeah.
destinations on the planet. So they, I'm sure, are very, love-hate relationship with the tourists and tourist monies, right? But that also means that the humans are the vector for bed bugs going place to place,
see.
right? They're a non-disease carrying thing. Or if
Well-
they carry disease, they don't give it to humans. But still, nobody likes them.
Here's the story. It's on
Yeah, they've been around.
sleepopolis.com.
Sleepopolis?
Sleepopolis. Says the French government agency ANSES, ANSES, reported that 11% of French households experienced bed bugs between 2017 and 2022, regardless of wealth. The parasites are found worldwide and have been a nuisance for hundreds of years.
Oh, yeah, no, they wrote about it in ancient Egypt.
Yeah.
Right? So, no, it's a thing. But they don't give, like mosquitoes, and, if they transfer diseases that kill millions and millions and millions of human beings, right?
And yet we
Bedbugs
still
don't.
like Charles because of it.
No, but bed bugs are
He
right.
just walked back in, by the way. That's why I said that. No, he doesn't have any bed bugs, as far as I know.
Yeah, fuck, I wouldn't know. But I mean, and I feel like when I was a young person, other people didn't talk about it or they weren't really here yet.
I think the only
Once
time it was
Seattle
ever
kinda
brought up
blew
when I
up-
was a kid was when
Yeah.
the one kid on the bus who clearly didn't have money.
Sure.
People would
Yeah,
be disparaging towards them because
yeah.
they were poor.
I don't even remember people talking shit about bed bugs. I remember people talking shit about lice and such, right? And getting
Well,
checked
kind
for
of
lice all the time.
interchangeable, I think.
Maybe.
when
Same
you're
kind of
talking
thing.
shit about the poor kid in class.
Yeah, nobody ever says like skin mites. You got dust mites. It's like, yeah, so do you, you piece of shit. Shut your fucking mouth, you know?
Everybody has that stuff.
Yeah.
That's not a bad thing. It's just that's a thing that exists
And
in
I
your
think,
skin.
with bed bugs, just in a lot of places like roaches, etc., it's not getting them is not a sign of class, right? Because it happens to every type of human, but having the wherewithal to be able to get rid of them, right?
It happens because the people involved that get them generally are terrible at cleaning. This is what happens.
I'd say neither. Like
Really?
roaches will go anywhere. It just depends
just
on
saying that
the
if-
world
if
outside.
you-
Like if you live in Hawaii, you could live in a hermetically fucking sealed, cleanest house you've ever seen, and you got roaches.
You
That's
got cake.
Yes.
Oh, that's nice.
Cake delivery.
What?
Yeah,
Oh,
they cake
somebody
delivery.
really does care.
I know.
It's
Occasionally.
nice. Is that from your spectacular wife?
It is.
Oh, she's great. Hi, Danny. What's up?
She doesn't listen.
Yeah.
So we can talk bad about her if you guys.
Never.
Yeah.
So I think we should open it and like put it in Charles' face.
Or
No,
at
don't
least
want
get
to
a
do that.
photograph.
Oh.
Ooh, show the
shucks.
camera.
Ooh. Well, I'll take a picture of it and put it on there.
Very nice. Very nice.
Wow. They're cupcakes. They're tiny little cakes. Yay! Cake!
Cake is awesome.
Cake is awesome. So yeah, the reasons
them
for
eat
society, like we were discussing, are so old people grow old, young people can be saved, and cake.
I always,
And cake.
I was under the impression that the reason why bed bugs were a thing is because people didn't keep their sheets clean or
No.
they had like food
They're
in
an
their
amazing
room.
organism. No, it's got nothing to do with it.
Yeah, I mean, you have to really.
You got to dig for them, dude. It's
Yeah.
awful, and I mean a lot. You over and over and over and over and over and over. No, they're awful. They're awful. I
Yeah.
assure you.
No, I know. I lived in a place that had
They
them.
don't kill people. They don't spread malaria. They're not spreading the plague.
Right.
They're not
Yeah.
fleas or mosquitoes or shit like that aren't, again, opportunistic more than a sign of class, right? But those fleas and mosquitoes both, let alone waterborne parasites, blah, 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 those fuckers spread shit that kills you. Bed
Yeah.
bugs don't. So, but bed bugs, I don't know. If I stayed at Mar-a-Lago, I'd say I got them.
I would too.
Oh, yeah.
I would leave them there.
Yeah, bring them with. And some silverfish. No shit, dude. I remember on a Rockford Files episode, I've never forgotten it. I've always wanted to do it. Where Angel, remember Angel
Yeah,
from
yeah.
Rockford Files? He brings silverfish to a restaurant so he can get his food for free.
He's the same guy that like walks down the aisle at the grocery store denting cans.
Yeah.
So you
yeah.
can get them for cheap.
Hey, look at this can. Yeah. Bringing the soap to slip on in the hallway and
Little
shit.
banana.
It's like the Mackenzie's brothers putting a mouse in their beer bottle so they can get free beer.
Oh.
Yeah, geez.
But our beer has a mouse in it, eh?
Hey. Are you guys done with bed bugs?
Yeah, geez,
I
bummer.
kinda left
Sorry,
for a
sorry,
minute.
Bear.
No, you.
Yeah.
No, we can if you want to have something to say something.
No, that was it. I thought it was
Are you headed
fascinating.
to Paris anytime soon?
No.
I have no desire to go to Paris. There's nothing there that I want to see that I can't find on the internet.
No, well, I guess. I mean, there's plenty of cool shit in Paris, but
Like
of all
what?
the world cities, well, the Mona Lisa, for one.
Oh, okay, the
right?
Louvre.
Yeah,
That
it's
would
not
be
terrible.
okay.
Yeah.
That would be the one thing I would go to Paris
Yeah,
for because
that'd be
there
pretty cool.
really is nothing else in Paris that I want to see. I mean,
What about catacombs? Do they got dead bodies that are fucking
don't we have that in fucking
not that
Louisiana?
old? Not that old.
No.
They have older dead shit than we do.
Yeah.
They really do. If you want to really
Castles.
go. Oh, yeah, some cool old
God,
shit.
I can go to the old country to see castles. I can go to Ireland for
Sure
that.
can.
You know.
Oh, yeah, nope. No, I'm not, I would never discourage you to go to Ireland.
Yeah,
Never.
we got our
Not
plane
once.
tickets. Did I mention that?
Nice.
Going to Ireland in April.
Right.
Wow.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. We have to figure out the rest of the trip. We're going to be able to get there and get home, but everything in between.
Are
we
you
gotta
going
figure
to
out.
make a trip
That'll be
to the Guinness factory?
I'm not a big Guinness guy, but I would go to the Jameson factory.
Yeah.
Jameson, yeah, dude.
No, I like Jameson.
Oh my God! If you can find a way to bring back some Jameson, that'd be great.
Well, yeah.
Yeah. Well, I'll
Jeez,
bring it
that'd
back
be
in
great.
my belly,
Yeah.
in my missing brain cells.
No, that'd
Well,
be wonderful.
the thing is like, you should still go to Guinness because the way Guinness is made over there is different than it is made here.
Yeah, I'm sure.
And
Yeah, you can rent a car, take a train. you can
Well,
do
we're going to
both.
rent a car and we're going to go. I think we're going to start in Dublin, of course, and then work our way north up to Belfast, and then work our way either down the center a ways or head over to the west coast and come down, work our way all the way back to Dublin.
Totally cool.
So, yeah.
Totally cool. It's not that big of an island.
What's the village? The old town?
Yeah,
the
yeah,
old
yeah.
country village?
of course, now you ask me and put me on the spot, and I'm
No, it's okay.
drawing
You can
blank.
tell me later.
It's
But it's on the water, right?
it's
Oh.
inland, but it's on a river.
Oh, all right.
But it's fuck. Of course, I'm.
No, you
That's
tell us
all right.
later.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no, that's beautiful.
Seriously, my
You can
brain
just
just went.
bank on
No, you don't need that information. It's the village that's
Processing.
It's the village that's on
Processing.
the show Ballykiss Angel. It's Oh fuck.
Yeah, no
All
worries,
right.
dude.
And then one other news item I want to bring up is
Yeah.
they're throwing out those Nobel Prizes.
Oh.
And the Nobel Prize in medicine slash, not bioscience, but something cool. I forgot now. Was the man and woman who really worked out the RNA thing for, to be able to, and then eventually that was adopted
for the inoculations?
Yes, for
Yeah.
making inoculations. So it's like,
Okay. I had to do some Googling because my brain was just like, no. It's called Avoca, 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 and it's County Wicklow, Ireland. And it's a tiny little village, and they have
Did they show it on the map right there?
Yeah, if you can just do a search for Avoca, County Wicklow, Ireland, and it will come right up. Avoca. You know, it's there's tours that go to Avoca for the show Ballykiss Angel, so
Okay.
no,
you can probably find a tour bus if you don't want to drive yourself.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a cool little village. I think family still lives in Avoca. I know that.
That's what I want to do. I want to go knock on their door, tell them I'm friends with the sellers.
Yeah, they
Yeah,
won't.
yeah, yeah,
They
yeah. Won't know
no,
the
they
sellers.
won't know the sellers.
What?
If you say, if you go to Avoca, Ireland, and say Mary Robinson or Mary Kinsella, is my grandmother. So,
They might recognize.
but my cousin Andy is
they chase you out of town with a pitchfork. And,
my cousin
torches.
my cousin Andy is a professor at one of the colleges out there in Dublin, I think.
Oh, okay.
So
Nice.
yeah, yeah, and
I just figured I'd go and meet Todd's extended family and get photographs of us all
awesome.
together and send them to Todd.
if no,
Wish you were here.
I don't have any of them on Facebook anymore because a couple of years back I had a really bad depressive episode where I just removed a bunch of people from my friends list, and I removed everybody from Ireland because just one of the reasons why I wouldn't recommend visiting my family is because you'll hear everything about the family, regardless if you want to hear it or not.
Oh, okay. All right.
And I would love to visit Ireland, but I don't know if I'd want to live there because it is just a giant fucking he said, she said kind of
no, it's an island.
gossip. It's all gossip. Yeah.
Still-
And they know
still
who
an
you
island.
are within 5 minutes of you being in their town.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
All right.
There's a new guy in town. Do you know anything about him? Oh, yeah, he's from America.
No, one of those.
Yeah.
A yank, they call it.
Yeah.
Yank this, pal.
But,
all right. All right. So RNA, they got the Nobel
Got
Prize.
the Nobel Prize, which to me says that thousands and thousands and thousands of people have now read their data.
Yes.
Right. And so I'm going to put that to bed now. Thanks.
Yeah.
Right. It's like, but what about? But what about?
Yeah.
But what about? But what about? It's like nonsense.
Yeah.
It's a technology that so far we should be nothing but absolutely thankful for. Right. So there's that.
Let's see. I actually bring. That is a.
I mean,
book.
come on.
Oh.
Come on.
Yeah, and that's up right across the river, and you can see that's downtown right there. Let's see.
Yeah, remember trees? Although, man,
Yeah,
the
this
British
is-
cut down
you can-
every
you
single
can see-
fucking tree in Ireland.
You can see why
Every
my
single
grandmother
one.
chose
Yeah.
Seattle to come to the States because she wanted to be someplace that was reminiscent of home.
Yeah.
But
Just speaking of trees, did you guys, and this is in England, of course, but or in the UK, southern England, I believe, maybe even Wales. Anyway, remember the bad Robin Hood movie with Kevin Costner?
That was
Sure.
bad. I love that movie.
Sure.
Well, the accent and everything.
He didn't have
Remember
one.
the tree when he lands back in England? Him and Morgan Freeman, they land there, and there's a kid, I think, that climbs up a tree, and he's like,
Yeah.
the kid's throwing rocks at him or whatever.
Huh.
Ancient tree, and it's right on top of Hadrian's Wall.
Yeah.
Some fucking teenage kid came and cut that tree down.
What?
Yes.
No
Fucking
way.
took it down.
As
Why?
a prank, or
I don't know. They haven't figured it out. He was arrested. They figured out him, and I think they just arrested an adult with the kid, like a 60-year-old male or something. Why the hell? I mean, it's like
I don't know.
a national treasure, right?
and obviously not their property, right? It's like,
yes, yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
That's kind of
Did,
bonkers.
did they
And
think,
it was a.
But I seem like they cut it down, so it's dead.
Yeah, oh yeah, it's dead.
Oh, that's
They're saying that the trunk may sprout a new tree, but it's not going to obviously grow to the heights of everything. Is that you there, Todd?
No, I wish.
yeah. So some trees you can coppice or whatever,
Yeah.
right? But it all depends. It's like
Just a sad
Yeah.
thing, man.
Hadrian's Wall is for real.
Yes,
They got chopped up.
I just discovered more pictures
nice.
of this town.
Well,
Everybody
yeah,
in my
that's a-
family who's ever gone to Ireland has gone to this village to see where Grandma grew up.
Sure.
Went to school. And,
No, I bet it's wonderful.
But you don't know that anybody's there from the family.
I'm sure family is there, but I don't know any of them.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, I'm almost positive that village is 90% my family, because well, I mean, it used to be. I don't know if it still is.
Yeah. Well, I had a little fun thing. If you guys want to run down, it's the 20 greatest comedy movies of all time IMDb rating. So this is people
Okay. Sure. They've done their
doing their
tomatoes.
individual
Sure.
movie ratings and then doing the top 20.
Sure.
So, and this is not a complete list because I took out anything before the 60s.
Okay,
So-
they didn't even know what comedy
No,
was back
but you
then.
had Chaplin, you had Buster
Sure,
Keaton,
sure,
you had the Stooges, you had a few movies.
Laurel Hardy,
Oh, yeah, no,
Yeah,
Abbott
so-
Costello versus...
our gang.
Yeah.
I took those out because
Sure,
our
sure.
younger audience and those in Jakarta, the Jakarta 8,
Yeah.
probably know those. So,
I mean, if they didn't, they would know because we told them.
well,
Sure.
hell, they can go look up their own damn list.
You know, with the horn blows at midnight or whatever, like, oh my God, there's some really bad old movies.
Yeah. I think it was East of Eden was on it.
Oh, geez. They used to be in a comedy?
I thought it was East of Eden. No, it's not East of Eden.
What was that Ed Wood movie? Something
Plan
Plan 9 from Outer Space. There you go.
Yeah. Anyway, on the top 20, and I'll just run these down and we can talk about them. But number 20 was Superbad.
I like that movie.
I liked it when it came out. I haven't seen it in 20 years. Right?
Yeah, is it
I
holding
think-
up? I don't know.
I think because I've seen more of what's his face's movies, and I know I've seen interviews with him. My liking of his character is less so because
Which guy are we talking?
Jonah.
Oh, Jonah
Hill. Yeah, he's not a good person, but his character in that is really kind of it doesn't age well. Let's put it that way.
Okay.
He's all about getting. He's a dork that does. He's basically an incel. He wants to get laid by any means necessary. If he has to get somebody drunk so that he can be very bad choice, he'll do that.
Okay.
Yeah, no.
There seems to be a new movie out right now, or it's just coming out on streaming. Bottoms. Have you seen?
Oh yeah, I saw
That
advertisements.
looks actually pretty good. It looks like an
No, it's got
updated
Marshawn
version,
Lynch.
but it's got Marshawn in it,
Yeah,
and he
yeah.
looks funny as hell in it.
Marshawn Lynch.
Yeah.
I know you guys aren't football guys, but
He plays the
guidance
advisor.
counselor. Yeah.
He's got
And he
it. They
looks
need a
fun.
faculty advisor.
yeah.
Oh God.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's two gay girls that start a fight club because they think it'll make them more attractive to some of like the cheerleader
Yeah,
type.
this sounds like a sex reversal of Superbad. Yeah, because it sounds like something that Jonah Hill's character would have done. Chicks will dig this. We should totally do this kind of thing.
Yeah.
I don't know. It looked
don't know.
funny.
It sounds like it'd be funny though.
Yeah. Number 19, the
love
best
that
South
movie.
Park, Bigger, Louder, Longer, and Uncut.
It's an amazing.
It's
South Park. It's
absolutely
amazing.
one of the
Yeah.
funniest things they've ever done.
Yeah.
And I saw an interview with them on Conan O'Brien where they legitimately had to find a bootleg copy of their movie to show this clip on Conan because the studio wouldn't allow them to show anything from the movie because it was too much for television.
Yeah, no, it is.
So they show
way too much for
the
television.
bit where Conan jumps out the window. And Conan starts laughing. He's like, "That's funny because we're legitimately on the 6th floor. There's no way I'd be that high up on the building."
No,
Conan.
you could tell it's fiction.
And it was like, and he goes, "And who did the voice of me in that?" Is it Brent Spiner's? You mean Data from Star Trek?
Jeez.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
They actually got they were nominated for Uncle Fucker.
Yes.
And
Yeah.
it was like, what?
Was it Uncle Fucker or was it Blame Canada?
It was Uncle Fucker. And I think Blame Canada also was up for something too. They
That was in something
they
else.
performed Blame Canada on this show, but they were up for an award for Uncle Fucker.
Okay.
Nice.
Yeah.
And they lost.
And-
They lost to, I think it was Disney's Tarzan with what's his name?
Oh, Phil Collins.
Phil Collins
Yeah.
doing the soundtrack. And he's like,
Oh, my
fuck Phil
God.
Collins. And they did
Yeah.
like 4 episodes just taking a giant dump on Phil Collins because of it.
Poor Phil.
Well, yeah, he's
doing
doing
all
fine.
He's doing all right.
He's doing
But
fine.
the thing that was really funny about the interview is they were explaining
So were
how they got things past the censors for the show and the movie. Like they would legitimately create a whole scene to show the censors of something they were never that they were never planning on using, but they showed them that so they could show them the thing that they wanted to use. And because they had a thing much worse than what they wanted to use, they said, "Okay, you can use that because that's way safer
Nice.
than what you just showed us."
Oh, man. Number 18, everybody's favorite, Clerks.
Fuck yeah!
Great movie. Number 17, Blazing Saddles.
Hey, that should be up higher than that,
I think
though.
so, too. A few of
Blazing
these should be
It's a
up higher.
groundbreaking.
Blazing Saddles should be in the top 10.
Yeah.
easily.
Plus, it's just big.
Yeah.
Right. There's
Yeah.
a bunch of huge, stupid shit going on in that film.
Yeah.
It's great.
Yeah. 16, Home Alone, which I still
I like it.
occasionally enjoy.
I actually watch it every year.
every Christmas.
every-
I think
Christmas.
it's a jump scare horror film for Joe Pesci, though, right? And it's like
That's what somebody said they should
the
redo.
kid is the
Do what?
predator. He could have called the cops.
Yeah.
He refused.
Anytime.
He went vigilante.
Okay,
He's a bloodthirsty vigilante.
Have you guys seen the new one that they put out last year?
No.
Disney Plus did a new version, it was called Home Sweet Home Alone is what it's called. It's on Disney Plus. And it's a little fat kid from Jojo Rabbit, the little British kid.
No.
And
I like
What about
Jojo Rabbit.
Yeah, I
yeah,
haven't seen that
he's
yet.
like the friend of the kid who has the invisible friend. He's a little short,
Okay.
fat friend. That's the one who plays. He's not Kevin. It's a different character entirely. In fact, Kevin's older brother Buzz is the sheriff in this movie,
Okay, I think I read something about that.
and it's okay. It's not great, but it's not like absolute garbage either. But it's watchable. It's kind of funny.
What was better, that redo or whatever, or the Christmas Story?
No.
Oh, the Christmas Story sequel with all the kids being adults in their nearly 50s rather. I think that one was better,
Okay.
but only because it had the original cast in it. If the Home Sweet Home Alone had Macaulay Culkin as a character, if Kevin had showed up in the movie, it would have been a lot better, I think.
Yeah. All right. Well, number 15, one of Mike's favorite, Airplane.
Oh, yeah, no.
With
It's,
exclamation.
I love it.
Yeah.
Shirley, you just
yeah, no, it's got it all. It's got it all.
no, and don't call me Shirley.
And they're just playing it straight. And whether that or the Naked Gun movies, I would put, you know what
A
I
little
mean?
higher.
But,
higher than this one, number 14, The Hangover.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's above Blazing Saddles.
Yes.
yeah, that's that. You know,
I
This
don't know.
is based on
Oh, sure,
users'
sure.
ratings.
And it's the modern time.
And you know
Blazing
what?
Saddle came out
I
in
can
the other
almost
century.
guarantee the reason why all these movies are higher up than Blazing Saddles is because of these people have never seen these other.
And The Hangover's got some moments, dude. So I laughed. Right.
I think the Hangover's
But
gotten
the
more.
ratings would have been done by people that actually watched it, so it wasn't like an upload.
Not necessarily. You can
No. It was the reviews on IMDb.
Right.
So
Anybody can go in there and
Oh,
give a
I
star
see.
rating.
I get what
you
you're
don't
saying,
have to have
but-
watched it. And that's the thing. You can give
I
it a
just can't imagine somebody goes in there unless it's Blazing
I
Saddles.
love The
because
Hangover
they
so
wanna-
much.
It was okay. I mean, there was maybe it's because of the hype of those movies, and I finally watched it. And I'm like, this is not nearly as funny as I was expecting it to be.
Yeah.
It was
and they
funny.
made, what, 3 or 4 of them?
Yeah,
Three of
I'd say
them.
3, yeah.
Yeah.
And I like Ron's comedy at least as much as the next guy, right?
It's popular enough that there's a
And
parody.
Ken Lang, that guy's great.
It's
Yeah, he does a
popular
great
enough
job.
that it's been parodied at least twice.
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
No, it is popular.
The Hungover Games. I'm not even
Sure,
kidding.
but
That's the name
fantastic. I wish I did something that brought about mockery from that
Dude,
jumble of
It's
talent.
legitimately a crossover between the Hangover and the Hunger Games.
So dumb.
Nice. I haven't seen this one, Little Miss Sunshine.
Yeah, I don't find that to be a
Coming at
comedy.
13, huh?
Yeah,
I don't
would
know.
not call
I've
that a
never
comedy.
seen it.
Yeah, it's Alan Arkin doing a good job.
Yeah.
He's good.
And this one probably should have been way higher, but Ghostbusters, the original 1984.
Yeah.
It's mythos. It's
Yeah.
not a comedy. It's
Yeah.
a myth.
Well, I just surprised it's at number 12.
Yeah.
Yeah, it should definitely be. It should be in the top 10 for sure.
Yeah. Number 11, we just talked about This Christmas Story,
Yeah.
which is a comedy.
I guess
It's
it
a
is,
Christmas
yeah.
comedy.
Yeah.
Rah, 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 rah.
Yeah.
Yeah, indeed. And here's one that will go down on my admit I've never
double
seen.
dog
Is, number 10, The Spinal Tap. This
Oh,
is
yeah.
Spinal Tap.
Because it's the first of the mockumentaries.
Yeah.
And
It's
it's
a-
so well done that it's amazing.
I'm going to have to watch it.
I-
But if I'm putting that, I don't know if I'm putting that on top 10.
Yeah.
I really don't.
I-
'Cause I don't think it's the best of the mockumentaries.
I think it's definitely one of the better ones that those guys have done. But as far as of
I
all
say
comedy,
mine's Waiting for Guffman.
I haven't
It's
seen.
just
I haven't seen
a
that
delight.
one. Don't get me wrong. I liked This is Spinal Tap. In fact, the version
yeah.
of This is Spinal Tap that I first saw was the Criterion edition, and I watched it with the commentary. And the commentary on that version of the DVD was the actors kind of watching
Sure.
it and talking about it. The commentary you got now is them in character. Watching it.
Nice.
And which isn't. I don't think it's nearly as funny.
They're super talented.
The
people.
Criterion
They really
edition,
are. Everybody. in
they
it.
talked about how
Amazing.
they talked about the different scenes that they improved. Like it goes, hey, we totally improv this. And there's the sequence where they're showing the album covers for the first time, and you can see. What's his name? The guy from Lenny and Squiggy,
Michael McKean.
Michael McKean. You could see him trying to stifle laughter because
Yeah, nice.
they had never seen those album covers before, and he's like
Oh, fuck.
covering
it's
his
so
mouth,
good.
trying to
It's
cover
so
up laughter.
good.
And they're like, "Oh yeah, I remember making that." And he's,
Yeah.
you know,
It's worth seeing.
Oh, yeah.
It really
It's
is. You'll
so
laugh.
funny.
And it
I'll
is
check it out.
very well crafted.
I mean,
It really is.
it's kind of it's in some parts of it are kind of dumb, but overall,
Yeah.
it's a great movie.
Well, number 9 on the list is one of my favorites.
Yeah, no, it's
and I'm
just-
glad it's in the top 10. The Blues
Yeah,
Brothers.
because it's
Yeah.
just huge. It's unreal.
Yeah.
It's unreal. I can't believe anybody ever finished that project.
Right.
There's so many stars, so much cocaine,
So much to do,
just
yeah.
Smash. They drive through a mall.
Yeah.
Dude,
I mean, it's insane.
they actually Dan Aykroyd and I think
Belushi.
Jim Belushi.
Oh, Jim.
They toured as the Blues Brothers a few
Yeah,
times.
but I pretend that never happened.
Well, no, as a live act, as
Yeah,
seeing
yeah,
a local
I
venue,
know.
like seeing the Blues Brothers.
I think Jim Belushi breaks my heart. Just I just can't do it. I just can't.
Have you ever seen his reality show where he's got a hemp farm in Oregon?
Oh, geez, that's nice.
Yeah.
Well, I like Jim Belushi more right now than I did.
I didn't
this
realize
morning.
that.
Yeah,
That's great.
he did I don't know if it's still on or not, but he had just Google Jim Belushi reality show. I'm sure you'll find it. But
Huh. Good for him.
it's basically he has a hemp farm in Oregon, and it's just him trying to run a business.
like weed or
Yeah,
or,
yeah,
oh,
yeah. Straight up,
yeah.
like selling to dispensaries and stuff.
Sure.
Nope.
I didn't mean hemp farm as in they're making hemp, like as in like
because
for
that's a legitimate thing
Yeah,
too.
really.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
It's just not
'Cause
quite
it
as
grows,
lucrative
yeah.
per acre.
I just
right?
didn't want to be like, he has a weed
He
farm.
got a huge weed farm.
Yeah,
That's
well, I
awesome.
mean, it's
Good for him.
Oregon, so it's not like
I know
it's
it's
gonna get
legal.
rated.
Yeah.
So. Number 8 on the list, and I really like this movie. I don't know number 8 though. Shaun of the
Yeah,
Dead.
geez,
Oh
I'm
my
with
God,
you.
that movie is great.
It is
Yeah,
great.
it's a great
I don't know
movie.
if
I
I'm putting
don't
that on
know
the
if I'm
top
putting that
8.
top-
I would definitely put that in the top 10. It would.
Would you? Okay.
Yes, most
Yeah.
definitely.
All right.
It's one of the few zombie films that I will rewatch.
Oh yeah, and it's an obvious labor of love. It's really they just poured over every fucking.
It was my
page of that script
introduction
1,000
to Sean Nick Frost and the guy who played Sean.
times. Edgar.
No, not Edgar.
Damn it, Scotty.
Yeah.
Yeah, that guy. Oh, come on, guys. That guy.
I'm drawing a blank on his
yeah.
name. He was in Paul. Both
Yeah,
of them
no,
were
he's
in
in,
Paul.
oh no, he's in every other fucking movie right
Yeah,
now. The guy's
but-
huge.
Yeah.
that guy.
That guy.
Yeah.
Not Edgar Wright.
No, Edgar Wright was the writer, I think, of that movie, and he was the one who was like the new boyfriend of his ex-girlfriend.
Oh yeah.
And he was the one who was like, Sean.
To the Winchester. Number 7 on the list. First one for these guys, but Life of Brian from
What?
Monty Python.
At least that's in the top 10. That should,
Jeez,
yeah.
Life of Brian. I wouldn't. I
Yeah.
wouldn't. It's a good movie, but I wouldn't
Yeah.
put that in the top 10 comedies of all time.
I would.
It's
I do,
funny.
and I sing
It's
"Always
Monty-
Look on the Bright Side"
It's
at
one of
least
Monty
once a week.
Python. It's definitely one of their top 2 movies they've done, I think.
Yeah. Well, they're on here again. So we'll
Oh, I see that.
Number 6, and I'm not a big fan of Woody, but Annie Hall. Has anybody been?
I've never seen it.
I've never seen Annie Hall.
I think I've watched a clip of one of his movies and I wasn't impressed by it, so I
Yeah.
never got into
He's
his.
got that dry sort of wannabe, witty,
Self-deprecating.
Yeah.
I've seen more people doing impressions of him than I've actually seen his movies. God damn it! Why am I having such trouble with this scene? All right,
Blame society.
It's avocado.
it's a
toast.
tiny seat for a giant ass.
Number 5 on the list, and I'm not sure this is top 5, but I think it's top 20, is Groundhog Day.
Yeah, jeez, top 5.
Really? I don't agree with that
Yeah.
at all.
No, I like Groundhog Day.
I am not a fan of that movie in general. I only because I've heard interviews where people said that that was the movie that ruined the friendship between the director and Bill Murray.
I don't know.
Is that Ivan Reitman?
No, it was the guy who played Egon did this movie.
Yeah,
Egon.
that guy.
Stripes.
Yeah.
Oh, Harold Ramis.
Harold Ramis
Yeah.
did
Oh,
this
yeah.
movie, and this movie is what ruined their friendship because, for whatever reason, Bill Murray didn't like the female lead and had a huge problem with her. And
Andy McDowell?
Yeah, he had a huge problem with her.
Joy.
And
I don't know, maybe they weren't vibing.
Yeah.
I don't know.
he's kind of a prick. I understand.
I would totally accept a substitute of Caddyshack in Groundhog Day's place.
I would absolutely swap
Oh, as
those
far
two
as
out.
on this list?
Yeah,
Yeah, I would say.
And
yeah,
probably
I don't know.
not-
I'm
probably
surprised
not
that Groundhog's
that
Day
high.
is as high as it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really am. So, and even as far as Bill Murray comedy movies, oh yeah, come
Yeah.
on.
Or even
yeah.
Stripes. Stripes was great.
Sure.
Until the
I'd go
last
with Caddyshack.
but
Just has it all
Caddyshack's
because
great.
it's not just Bill.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And I guess Stripes is
And he's
just
actually kind
Bill
of a
either, but he's the
small-
lead. Yeah. Oh, comparatively, no. Caddyshack has it all.
Yeah.
Of
It's-
those
it's
movies, if I had to
insane.
pick between those
Completely.
three, I think it would be a toss-up between Caddyshack and Stripes. Stripes, I actually think I like more only because Harold Ramis' character was really
Yeah.
funny, and it had that also had John Candy
John
too.
Candy.
Yeah.
So-
no, it's got a
Yeah.
bunch of cool shit.
Yeah. Number 4 on the list. I really like this movie, but Young Frankenstein.
Oh, sure.
Put on the red.
Oh my God, it's great.
Walk.
What knockers? Oh no,
You
we've
know-
all got it. I mean, come on.
What's really funny?
an enormous Schwanschwinger.
I recently saw a video where they said that they didn't know what he was going to do when they're doing the put on the Ritz routine. They said just do whatever, and he started dancing and then
So
and just I think
Oh, my God.
everybody in the room just
great.
So great.
had to
He is.
stifle laughter
Yeah.
like crazy because it was so funny.
Top 10. I don't know about number 4, but that's cool.
You know what? I think it's easily the top 5 movie because
Okay.
that's a Mel Brooks movie.
Yeah,
Yeah.
sure. Number 3, and I don't know about number 3, but I do like this movie, Big Lebowski. Number 3.
That's my rug, man. You know, I just.
Jeez, of the
It was great
best
for the
comedy.
time when it
Yeah.
came out.
In fact, this movie,
I don't know.
I
I'd
was
have to
quoting this
rewatch.
movie left and right after Trump got in office because shut the fuck up, Donnie.
Nice.
You know.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah, because
sorry.
Goodman's just psycho.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
it's
yeah.
great, man.
And
Oh my God.
Steve Buscemi in that movie was great too.
Oh, you know, they all do a great job. They really do. Because, yeah, who's the slime? John Chernow.
John DiTillo, Jesus,
Jesus, oh
He
my
act-
God, it's insane.
They actually did a sequel to that movie about Jesus,
No, did
about
they
that
really?
character. Yeah,
What?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
That guy is having fun later in his career. It's nice because what is he?
He's polishing his balls.
Call me the Zohar or whatever it is. Or,
Oh, right.
Where he's
Yeah.
the super terrorist.
That was on the Adam
Zohar.
Sandler.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Yeah,
But Chituro plays the bad guy.
That's a Sandler movie, and
Yeah,
it's
oh my God, it's silly.
Don't mess with the Zohan.
Yes.
Yeah.
And that was a great movie. I didn't get half of the jokes because, well, I don't know. I just didn't get half the jokes, but
It's pretty silly.
disco still cracks me up every time I hear it.
Nice.
Because like,
It's good stuff.
Yeah. Number 2 on the list, we're back to the Monty Python boys, but the Holy Grail.
Geez, I don't know. I could almost see that. 'cause
It's only a model.
It's because it's crazy. It's completely crazy.
I'm a man. Excuse me? You called me old woman.
And that's one that's, also an
Quotable.
obvious labor of love.
Right.
That they just
It's very
poured over
quotable.
that shit a lot, right?
Yeah.
That's a lot of work.
Dude, in the Terry Gilliam is actually a huge influence on the guys from South Park too. By the way,
Yeah, Gilliam's just off
on
too,
the
man.
on the DVD for that movie. There's a couple different clips. There's the Lego Monty Python clip. Have you guys ever seen that?
No.
It's the Knights of the Round Table song. And dancing and all that, but with Lego figures and
Oh, nice.
and so you can find it on YouTube. Just search for it, but it's really funny. And then the guys from South Park did the dead parrot routine with Kenny.
Nice.
I just bought this friend like not more than a half an hour ago. He's dead, Kenny. I got a dollar for you, Kenny.
Danny.
Nice. And then I debated on this one, but I do enjoy the movie, but it kind of almost fell into that old.
I don't
phase,
understand
the
that movie. I tried
1964.
watching it 4 fucking times. And
Dr.
each time I just
Strangelove, or
didn't
How
get
I
it.
Learned to Stop
Oh
Worrying
yeah, no, it
and
is.
Love
It's
the
an
Bomb.
incredible film.
It is.
And as a work of art, it is really.
It's not watchable,
chef's
folks.
kiss.
It is
But I don't think it's really
exceedingly
supposed to.
boring.
Well,
It's really fucking boring, and it wasn't funny.
no,
I didn't
it's
find
a different
it.
kind. It's a satire,
Yeah.
and it's not supposed to be.
Maybe that's why I
hilarity
didn't.
type of
I didn't
thing.
understand what they were making fun of, so that's why I didn't find it funny.
And I would just put that under films.
So
I
what-
don't think I would necessarily
what
call that
should
a
I-
comedy
Yeah,
movie
comedy.
because it's. Yeah, I mean it's nuts.
What was
right?
it a satire of then? Because that's what I need to know about.
The Cold War.
Cold War, yeah.
Okay, I know nothing about the Cold War other than we were supposed to hide under desks when the
Well, this
siren
came
hit.
out in 1964, 2 or 4.
Yeah, no, it-
So like
I mean,
4 or
spent-
5 years before I was born. So yeah,
Yeah.
I
bet
tried
we'd already
watching a
spent
couple
$1
times.
trillion on nukes by then,
Yeah.
right?
God, I don't know. I don't believe it deserves number 1 though.
But also, yeah, I mean, at the same time, we also built. that
You know what?
freeway
I would put
system.
South Park Bigger, Louder, and Uncut above Doctor
Sure.
Strangelove.
Sure.
Yeah,
And
but
that's-
it is
that-
one of the. I mean, it's a Kubrick film, and it's
Yeah.
one of the.
That's why. Oh,
Yeah.
fuck Kubrick. That guy. No way.
Oh well,
No,
geez,
I don't
he's
like any of his
the
movies.
best American filmmaker, right? Well, Orson Welles.
I
thank you.
disagree.
Oh,
I
geez.
disagree.
All right, well, fair enough.
Yeah, I don't like any of his movies. I've watched a number of them and I just don't get them. I don't understand the. I mean, visually they're astounding to look at, but I don't get why people like his movies so much. I just don't get it.
No on the Full Metal Jacket.
Oh, yeah,
I
geez, I
was
forgot
that
about
movie.
that,
That
geez.
movie ruined me for like 2 weeks.
Yeah, it's a rough.
No on
movie.
The Shining.
Yeah.
I never saw The
Shining,
Shining.
thank you.
No, I've never seen The Shining. I've never seen. I recently watched for the first time 2001, and I was like, "Oh, this is so slow. God, will you just stop talking and do something?"
Yeah, that's the
You know?
yeah, that's the modern age.
All right.
Well,
So we don't agree quite a lot.
Sorry, I don't mean to be
That's
so
okay.
aggressive.
No,
I mean, no, that's fine.
That's
yeah.
what
was
this
just-
whole discussion.
It's because you've never
was
seen the
supposed to be
Kubrick cat
about.
videos,
Oh, dude.
right?
I
See,
would-
that's what you need. That'll turn it all around.
Do when he was filming Eyes Wide Shut. Right?
Yeah. And I'm never
I've
going
never
to see
seen
that
that.
because it's got Tom Cruise in it too.
Yeah.
On top of it being a Kubrick film, it's Tom Cruise. I'm never going to see it.
Yeah. All right.
But what if it's Tom Cruise getting pegged?
I mean,
By who?
I think okay.
By who?
The only Tom Cruise,
that's the decider.
the only Tom Cruise movie I willingly watched was that one where he dies repeatedly.
Sure.
Something tomorrow.
Yeah.
Or,
Edge of Tomorrow.
Edge
I
of
think?
Tomorrow, and he dies like 17 times, and each time I'm like giggling like a little kid.
my God.
It was like I get to see him watch. I get to watch him die again. Sweet. Yeah.
Nice. All right. Well, let's get off of movies
All
and
right,
let's give out some advice.
Yeah, but
we
what
had
about Kung Pao? Where's Kung Pao
I
in that
know,
list?
really,
Come on,
right?
people.
Oh my God, that movie's so great.
we got a email to the website. Somebody looking for some advice.
Oh, geez, we're getting into this.
We're getting into this. So
All right,
we
let
got
me stretch-
Steven.
let me
from
stretch my
Seattle.
problem-solving muscles.
Yeah, get that brain charged up.
All right.
Steven says, hey guys, you can call me Steven. I'm on the spectrum and I have been trying to meet women on Bumble, Tinder, and even Facebook dating. I have always tried to be honest with my profiles, and once I was diagnosed with my neurodivergence, so I've always disclosed it, but I rarely get matched. Should I not disclose it till after I meet them in person, or should I keep it on my profile to weed out those who would find my issues too much?
Knee jerk, leave it on.
Yeah, my thing is be as honest as you possibly can, right?
Yeah.
Nothing like meeting somebody and then you and this has been a while since I've been in the dating scene, quite a while, but you meet up with somebody and they have a picture from like 15 years ago or something.
Right,
They
yeah.
don't look like
I think being honest is a good idea, but I don't know. I'm in the same boat myself as far as being neurodivergent stuff, and there's a lot of things I don't get. But for example, legitimately, I didn't know until like last year that dating games weren't people playing like their favorite board games. That's what I thought dating games were, like people getting together and playing board games or cards or whatever. I didn't realize that people were being dishonest in order to get pussy.
Oh, okay. I was
wondering what you meant by that. Yeah.
I was like,
no, people lie for all sorts of shit, right?
I was like, what games are people playing that you don't like? I don't understand this. My brain was legitimately thinking like they were playing like cards or something.
Somebody not disclosing their neurodiversity on their site isn't the same as lying, I think, right? If it came up in conversation and they said, no, that's lying, right?
Yeah.
But saying it first, just like, height, 6'2", eyes purple, and I'm neurodivergent. It's like putting that out there is full disclosure, and that's great. And that's overtly honest, but not putting it on there, that's not fibbing. That's not the same as fibbing.
No, I'm
right?
with you.
Yeah.
I've always just been give them what you got.
Yeah.
And if they're interested in that, then great.
Yep.
Other than, saying I don't have kids or saying that I've been divorced a couple times or saying
I'm still in a relationship with somebody else.
Like that.
There's some stuff because that does impact the first meeting.
Yeah.
Being neurodivergent doesn't necessarily impact the first meeting. It can. I guess that depends on the person.
And you could always disclose it after the first meeting, because I'm sure there's stuff that's people are hiding anyway. Maybe they're unemployed. Maybe they're underemployed. Maybe they're, like I said, had kids. Maybe they live with their mom. Maybe they,
I think it's better. And I think there should be a whole, if somebody wants to have a neurodivergent website dedicated to dating, or a dating site dedicated to, chapter of, I think that's a great idea.
There is a dating app for specifically autistic people.
Yeah.
All right.
I've tried that one. I didn't care for it, but
okay. Didn't get matched well.
There wasn't any matches. It was a sausage fest for the most part.
Okay.
For this guy Steven, I think that it's probably not a bad idea to have hey, you're neurodivergent on your profile. If it weeds out the less desirables, then yeah, so be it. But I understand. I mean, I get that. I kind of have that issue myself, but yeah, don't think that it's hindering you in any way. I don't think. I mean, at least I wouldn't think so anyway. But I don't know. What do you guys? I mean, people watching at home, what do you guys think? Leave a comment below.
Yes.
You know,
right down there.
Yeah. I'm not a big fan of the game playing. But again, it's been a while since, like I said, I've been in the dating.
I've never done the games though. I don't understand. I'm still not clear on what the games are.
And I guess it just, if somebody's just looking to hook up, I'm sure they have websites just for that.
Yeah, it's like
but if you're looking
right?
for some type of like, datings, dates, multiple dates, and or looking towards a relationship or something, yeah, you can't start out with fibs, obviously. And I would say the more information available for that first decision to, seek more information about this person, the more that's just up front, I think is better, right? Because like you say, I don't know about weeding out, but it helps people focus on what they do.
I think if you're neurodivergent, you probably don't want to do any info dumping on the first date. That's for sure. That might be a little bit overwhelming for sure. Whoever you're on a date with, unless of course they're also neurodivergent and they're all about info dumping. And it sounds like you guys don't have an idea what info dumping is.
No.
When you're talking about a special interest, and that's all you're talking about for as long as that person
get me
will
on
listen.
the composting toilets, boys.
Yeah.
That's my jam.
I will talk until you walk away. I mean, if you're one of those people that think you're being polite by just continuing to listen to me, I will talk your ear off and you will never go home. So sometimes you have to go, hey, dude, I need to get going. So. And they go, oh, shit, I'm sorry. And I'm going on about nothing. So, yeah.
Well, let me ask you this, Todd, because you're our resident neurodivergent person. Are there organizations, are there groups, are there meetups, are there Dungeons and Dragon meetups for I'm just trying to think of, is there organizations that you go to other than these, Match.com or whatever they are?
I recently discovered that the site Meetup has some autistic groups,
like sub chapters.
Yeah, but they're more for autistic people, which are also neurodivergents, but not the same as ADHD.
Yeah, Stephen doesn't really. He says he's on the spectrum, but he's not.
Yeah,
clarifying what he.
So I mean, at the very least, you can check out. I mean, I don't remember the name of the groups on Meetup. Just search for like autistic or. Yeah, neurodivergent on I think it's meetup.com.
Yeah, because mixers are a great idea. Mixers that take the pressure off.
Right.
I've been on that group for maybe a month now, maybe two, and I get notifications all the time. And a lot of times they're in Tacoma. Sometimes
there's your problem, Bobby.
Just hang out,
like game nights, or just there's also quite a few for women and stuff. So like a lot of the ones I've seen recently
that's the one I would go to for women.
Yeah, except for I'm not a woman and I wouldn't be.
I mean, hey,
I just happen to be in the building.
Yeah,
I've got donuts.
I'm not going to be that guy who shows up to a women's only group.
I demand to be let in. Where's your equality now?
I'm not going to be seen as an incel by any stretch of the imagination.
Oh my God.
Even though I don't know. I think that's probably a problem that other neurodivergent people have when it comes to like dating is people see them as, because they're awkward, that they might be an incel. Yeah. Like I've had those tangents when I was younger. I'm in my 50s now, so I don't really rant about like women not liking me for whatever reason, because I'm a nice guy, But I just want someone who has similar interests and. Someone who's not going to like completely freak out if I have a meltdown.
Yeah.
And my meltdowns, I can be kind of loud, but I'm not like. I mean, I might appear aggressive, but I'm not an aggressive person. So
gotcha. Well, Stephen, I will say this: I always firmly believe that there is somebody for everybody. In fact, that there is multiple people out there that you can connect with and be with and.
Getting out of your house and going and doing something and getting and meeting people, and that's something I also deal with, and where I'm just like a lot of times I'll stay home because I I don't really want to be around people a lot of times.
Sure.
Especially since since COVID, I was like, fuck being around people. I don't want
That's
to.
kind of the idea, I think, behind the digital dating services. They kind of, so you can stay home and then kind of not have to, just randomly hope you meet somebody.
Yeah.
Right? You get to meet somebody, and then the two of you get to go
Yeah.
share an experience somewhere. or
The
something,
real
right?
problem with dating sites is the sheer number of scams and
Oh,
catfish.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
It's
I'd love to hook up with you, but I don't have any gas money.
Yeah. Oh, my
not,
God.
it's not even anything like that. It's like they ask you, they try to be, hey, what do you do for a living? What do you do? And blah blah blah. And see, that's the problem I usually come across is when I tell people that I'm disabled and I don't have a job, but I do have income. They go, well, what do you mean by that? It's like I don't work. I do have income. I'm able to pay my rent and some bills.
You run a successful podcast.
Yeah. Also
See,
true, dude.
Yeah.
And nobody needs to know where you get your money, dude. Right? Nobody's
business until it's their
nobody's business. Yeah.
So I mean, okay. So instead of saying I'm disabled and I get SSI, I should say that my money comes from the podcast.
No, I didn't
No,
say
I
that
didn't say
either.
that.
I just say you don't know. Why would you have to tell anybody where your money comes from?
Yeah.
Right? It's nobody's
Because
business.
I think a lot of, at least.
Hey, I
the
mean,
way-
if you want to say that, there's no shame in that. But I'm just saying it's nobody's business where our money comes from.
I know that, Stephen, but when I'm looking at profiles, a lot of times they say things like, well, I want a guy who's got a job. He's not going to be basically not leeching off of her. I was like, so
sure.
that's why you would say I have income. I'm not going to be asking
Yeah,
for
that you're
money.
fiscally independent or whatever, right? Yeah.
I always think of the Chris Rock show. What was the Blame It on Chris?
Everyone Hates Chris.
Everyone Hates Chris. And Terry Crews had 2 jobs, and then the mom was always like, my man got 2 jobs. Because he always worked 2 jobs.
So, I mean, I think he probably had 2 jobs to stay out of the
I
house.
think he had like 6 jobs in the show. He was almost like those Jamaican
Oh, from-
family from
Yeah.
Living Color.
He has 16 jobs. Yeah, that was in Living. That was in Living Color. I was thinking that was SNL. But yeah, that was the Wayans
Yeah.
and Tommy Davidson.
Man, oh
Yeah,
man.
geez.
So, Stephen, I hope you find somebody. Keep looking.
Yeah.
It's a worthwhile endeavor, and
And
don't
he's-
give up.
yeah,
Don't
Try not to get discouraged.
one of my end on positive notes kind of goes along with this. I don't know if I can jump right into it for you
for it.
fellas. Monica Lewinsky, who was like the poster child for bullying, right? After the whole thing with Bill Clinton, she does a lot of stuff for anti-bullying campaigns and stuff. And I guess this month is actually Bullying Prevention Month. 2023, and her campaign is to look inward at the bullies we all know too well and the ones who may be our harshest critics, ourselves.
Yeah.
She said that the quote, "Stand up to yourself" campaign is happening this month. We can be our own worst enemy, which is obviously not helpful or healthy. We'll never fully eradicate that negative voice in our head, but we can shift it. We can quiet it at times and even begin to see subtle changes on how we automatically talk to ourselves. I have worked tirelessly on my silent bullying, and yet my friends would probably tell you I'm still not as kind about myself as I could be. In my personal work, I try to focus on the 3 R's. Recognize that you're saying negative things to yourself.
Yeah.
Reflect on whether you'd say these negative things to someone you love. And if these negative thoughts aren't serving you in some way, then refocus them. Our most intimate relationship is with the person we talk to our entire lives, ourselves.
Sounds like she's doing her shadow work journal. I just got one of those books, and it talks like that. It talks about stuff like that.
Yeah, she wrote an essay on this whole thing for this campaign, for
Yeah.
this month's campaign. And I totally agree with that. The harshest critic we're ever going to have is probably ourselves.
I'm most definitely my worst critic. I think that, and I think that part of that is my upbringing. I was raised around a bunch of broken people. All my siblings and my parents are all alcoholics, and we didn't really have good role models growing up. So a lot of what, at least I can't really say for my siblings specifically, but for me, I definitely didn't learn a lot of the right things, how to react to things, how to deal with negativity. It's something I've been working on the last few years where I don't react. I try not to react anymore. I just I will say something to that person if they're bothering me, but I try not to react anymore, because when I react, it's very intense, and I don't like being that guy, because in those moments, I'm angry and I'm kind of scary when I get that mad, and people tend to kind of go, "Oh fuck, dude, relax," and walk away. And so I'm trying to, when I'm in a position of where someone's pushing my buttons and it's getting kind of raw, and I need to say something without fucking freaking out on them. Like I was telling Mike today, I went and saw a movie and these people kept messing with their phone, and I snapped at one point, like 3/4 of the way through the movie. It was like maybe 20 minutes left in the movie, and they were on their phone again, like 7 times, not 17, 7 times. And I said out loud, "Are you fucking kidding? Put your goddamn phone away." It's like, if you want to be able to look at your phone while you're watching a movie, stay home and watch Netflix. Don't fuck with your phone while you're at the theater, folks.
Yeah.
There's a reason why they have those pre-rolls. Turn off your phone.
We have lost a lot of etiquette.
Yeah.
Just basic.
Oh, yeah. No, phones have changed everything. Yeah. And the addictive nature of that technology.
Oh, man. I understand that, because when I'm at home, I'm always on my phone. Even if I'm on my computer or watching TV, if something is not keeping my interest on TV, I'll grab my phone and
I got a lot of news magazines you can buy.
Yeah.
Like a bunch.
Just, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to hijack that.
No, you're all good, man. I just, always.
Have you noticed a difference in your temperament as time has gone on? Have you noticed a difference in your temperament since phone came into your life?
It's probably been a while since.
I guess so. And I think
hard to
we changed
remember.
throughout time, right? Because if that's 10 years, we've changed a lot in the last 10 years.
I mean,
so that's not a fair question.
When-
I retract the question.
it's
nonsensical.
I think what it is like, because since I've only been doing therapy since like 2018, 2019.
Geez, good on him. That's
so. And I'm one of the first things I told him was like, look, I get very agitated by things, and this was before I got diagnosed with ADHD and all that other stuff, and I didn't really understand why I was getting so irritated by things that wouldn't affect the average person. But as I understand it, when you have ADHD, people can flip on a dime when it comes to like being agitated about something, because it can be something as simple as someone talking over you or interrupting you while you're trying to express a thought, and when they interrupt you, that thought is gone. It's no longer there. So when they say, "Go ahead, continue," it's like, I don't fucking remember what I was saying. And that can be quite frustrating. And I used to get very, very angry when people did that to me, and I would just go off on them, and they're like, "Dude, calm down. I just interrupted you. It's not like I just stepped on your puppy or something." I was like, "Dude, I forgot what I was saying. I was trying to say something, and I remember it being important, but now I don't remember what it was I was trying to say." Mm-hmm. I'm very frustrated by that. And so I've really been trying hard to kind of, realize that people are interrupting you because they don't want to hear you. They're also wanting to talk, and they're also wanting to share information, and they probably are just as ADD as you are, and they want to get it out before they forget. So I've been really focusing on that more than anything else. Like, if they're going to keep interrupting me, I'm not going to say anything, because they're probably trying to get it out before they forget. So
gotcha.
Yeah.
All right. Well, people, be kind to yourselves, man. Don't be such a harsh critic.
Yeah.
And if you're doing something that keeps dragging yourself down, then try to change that behavior, right?
Sure. And I mean, just because we're self-critical, that's not necessarily unhealthy or bad, right? Sometimes that's
but you can take it too
the
far,
guiding voice.
It's
It's got to stay in balance, right? And we just need to remember that everything is fleeting.
Yeah.
Everything is fleeting. Good moods, bad moods, all of it is fleeting. So don't put too much weight into any of those moments, right?
Yeah. Well, I think I can only speak for myself, but as a neurodivergent person, it's those kinds of things are easier said than done. I mean, something you could probably go, yeah, just kind of step back and look at it. It's something that we really have to kind of really focus on and be able to. It's like people always say, have you tried meditation? It's like, do you know what an ADHD brain looks like on the inside? It's like herding cats. Focusing on one thing requires having 3 other things happening that I'm doing while I'm trying to focus on the 4th thing. So doing meditation is not easy for me. I can't quiet my mind. My mind doesn't get quiet. The only time my mind is quiet is when I'm asleep and I'm not aware of it being rambling. And I'm sure it rambles when I'm asleep too. But it's not that simple. And sometimes, at least for neurodivergent people, neurotypical people, they could probably do it no problem.
Yeah.
But I've tried meditation many times, and each time I'm like, 1, 2, squirrel.
Yeah.
Sorry, I didn't mean to blow everyone's eardrums out, but
No, all good. All right, guys. Well, we have talked our ears off for a good 90 plus minutes.
Wow.
I know. And I've got cupcakes here that are burning a hole in my stomach right now.
Yeah.
That sounded weird. I need to get in my belly. So what we're going to do is
get
we're going
in my belly.
to end this show here right now, but we're going to come back if you are a member at the website and do our top 5. We're doing our top 5 movie MacGuffins of all time.
I had to
And we're
Google what a MacGuffin was.
We're going to enjoy these here cupcakes when we come back. So go to the website, sign up right now. It's only $3 a month or $30 a year. So
Go ahead and pay for a year because
pay
you're
for
probably
the
not going to
year.
watch it every month.
And
Yeah.
we love you for it.
Yeah, no, it's truly appreciated.
Yeah.
Honestly.
And anything else, guys? Call it good there.
Yes, and on
Happy
behalf of the
birthday
French
to you.
bedbugs,
Happy
yeah,
birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear
Here's
Charlie.
Thank
Happy
you.
birthday
You're a
to
good
you.
man.
Thank you.
Uh,
See you guys.
Please like, subscribe, comment, and share. And if you think this episode is worth $1 or $5, the boys would love to have it. Please go to ourtownpod.store for merch or to donate now. For less than a cup of coffee, you can also join the website in the member-only area for exclusive bonus content, blogs, and more. It's just $3 a month or $30 a year. Thank you for listening to this production of Our Town Podcast Extraordinaire.